It's showtime, ladies and dudes. It is time for my biggest surprise top 5 list that nobody will never forget. And Sally, I gotta do it in 2 parts because this is going to be a very, very long video to do. For part 1 will be the honorable mentions and head on to 5 and all the way to 3. And for tomorrow will be the last 2. So remember that, ladies and dudes. Remember that. Well, anyway, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobop197. This is my review for a day. And today's review, ladies and dudes, or I forgot. I have no review, ladies and dudes. But it's that time once again to do another top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And like I said, this is going to be a very long one. That's for sure. So yep, we are heading on to part 1. The part 1 of my most surprising top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what is my most surprising top 5 list that nobody has never done before that featured movies, anime, TV show, characters who are based by books, characters who are based by comic books, or characters who are based by video games? Whatever. I'm gonna do my top 5 most unlikely allies of all time. And I guess everybody wants to know is, what is an unlikely ally thing? Hard for me to explain about this one. It's about when the main characters have to work with a person or a monster or somebody else that they already thought about, or somebody that they don't know of. Like a former enemy, or a rival, or an anti-hero, or somebody that they don't know of, or somebody that they already knew, or it could be somebody else. Who knows? So yep, this will be one of the best unknown lists that nobody will never forget in YouTube history. Sorry, my nose, I need to snuffle up a little bit. Okay. We better stay calm for this, ladies and dudes. Let's take a deep breath and relax. Oh yeah, about those unlikely allies. You could say these characters, whoever they're gonna be, it's all a coincidence, destiny, accident, or it's time for them to get ready to fight an enemy that they gotta face. And they need to work together as a team. Or just go on to their craziest adventures wherever they're going, type of thing. So, are you ready for part 1 of my top 5 best unlikely allies of all time? Just 5 great, amazing characters that we will never forget in world history. So yep, let's head on to the list, shall we? And yes, I do have a couple of honorable mentions. The ones that did not make it to the list. Let's go on to movie-wise. I got Tom, Annie, the 2 agent dudes, and the dog from Honest Thief. The X-Men crew with Magneto and Mystique from X-Men 2 United. And the pirate crew with Sobola in the Pirates of the Caribbean saga. For anime, it will be the Z Fighters with anybody from the Dragon Ball franchise. If you guys have seen Super Dragon Ball Heroes, there's so many unlikely allies to be found in that show. Hard for me to say. Then we got the Urameshi team from Yu Yu Hakusho, and Lupin's gang with the assassin lady and the detective dude from Lupin the Third, the Castle Cagliostro. Sorry, ladies and dudes, I never watched the show or any of the movies, but the Castle Cagliostro is the only Lupin the Third movie that I did remember the best. You know, that came from Hayao Miyazaki. And then we got Gusset's group from Berserk. Yeah, he has some fairies and meddling kids. And the new generation of the Koga and the Iga from Basilisk, the Oka Ninja Scrolls. I really love that sequel so much. And yep, the Kogas and the Igas are finally working together as a team. And finally, Sally, for the video game wise, the only ones I can find is Sora's group with Absol in the Kingdom Hearts saga. It happened from birth by sleep. No, I think I got the wrong one. I think it was Dream Drop Distance when it happened. Yep. So, yep, those are my honorable mentions for so many unlikely allies that I did not put on my list. And now, let's head on to the top 5. Well, sadly, 3 out of 5 of them anyway. So let's get this started. Coming at number 5 goes to the most surprising, unlikely allies that I have ever seen my whole entire life from Spider-Man No Way Home. And this is something that all of us had not seen coming. That all 3 of the Spider-Man dudes is gonna tag team with one former villain of theirs. Well, to tell you the truth about this former villain, he's now a good guy. Or rather fought an anti-hero. That's for sure. So coming at number 5 goes to all 3 of the Spider-Man dudes along with Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man No Way Home. And yeah, they became unlikely allies at the main climax of the film. I just love this surprising moment that I will never forget in movie history. That we got 3 Spider-Man dudes who was working with a former enemy of theirs. Well, the one that Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland did face from their separate films. Well, the only one who haven't faced Dr. Octopus is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I wonder what their fight scene would have looked like. If Dr. Octopus ever gone to Andrew Garfield's timeline in The Amazing Spider-Man. So yep, they became unlikely allies at the main climax of the film. And Sally, I gotta cut this short. The reason why they have to be at number 5 is their unlikely ally thing became short-lived. Why? I just don't want to spoil it for all of you. Go see the movie for yourself and you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, see the movie for yourself. It will blow you away. Big time. So that's why they deserve to be at number 5. Coming at number 4 is, I will go like a 50-50% for these great characters on my list, because there's one cool samurai dude who did face 3 dudes in separate battles. You know, for anime and movie-wise. So coming at number 4 goes to Kenshin Himura, Sonosuke Sagara, Hajime Saito, and Lord Aoshi from Rurouni Kenshin, either way from the movie version or the anime version. Yep, Kenshin Himura, the guy who was once the Batosai the Manslayer, Batosai the Manslayer, he has to face 3 different dudes who became the formal members of their own group. Sonosuke Sagara is a former member of the Seki Hotai. Hajime Saito became one of the main survivors of the Shinsengumi. And Lord Aoshi is the former leader of the Oliwaban group. And yes, ladies and dudes, it is very true in the anime version, Kenshin did succeed only 2 out of 3 fights. He did defeat Sonosuke and he did defeat Lord Aoshi. But the only opponent that he did not defeat is Hajime Saito. Is because, let's say, their fight scene is still unfinished. You know, all that Saito wants is to face Kenshin as the Batosai the Manslayer and not the Wandering Samurai. Yep, sadly, their fight scene is very unfinished. And yeah, later on in the manga storyline, there will be a very bad condition for Kenshin. Something that I cannot spoil, but something that already came from the Inishi arc. Well, if you read the storyline very carefully. I guess you want to know why they became unlikely allies. It's because of one thing. They gotta face Lord Shishio in a battle. And yes, both of the versions really did prove it. But I think I'd rather prefer the movie version than the anime version. I will say the movie version did a really, really good job of getting all 4 of these characters together as unlikely allies to take down one enemy at that big giant ship thing. If you see The Legend Ends, you'll know what I'm talking about. And that's why they came at the number 4 spot. And coming at number 3 has to go to one of the most underrated anime series of all time. Something that nobody had never talked about. And these 3 amazing characters are the best anti-hero characters I have ever seen in an anime marvel. So coming at number 3 goes to Wolverine, Yuiko, and Kikyo from the Wolverine anime. And the reason why they deserve to be higher on the list is because these 3 characters have fantastic character development and chemistry. And they got along pretty darn well for like a few days at a time type of thing. And yes, all 3 of the characters do have goals in mind. Wolverine is on a quest to rescue the woman that he loves, so she will not get married to that evil rich dude. And Yuiko's goal is to try to seek out revenge on Mariko's father for what had happened to her parents back at the past. And as for Kikyo, well, his goal is he likes to fight bad guys for fun, and he has some unfinished business with Wolverine. And yeah, speaking of Wolverine and Kikyo, they have the best anime rivalry of all time. One of the best anime rivals that is so darn mind-blowing to me. Truly way better than Goku and Vegeta or Naruto and Sasuke's rivalry combined, I guess. I wish I could say more. So Wolverine, Yuiko, and Kikyo deserves to be at number 3. And yep, I gotta wrap it up. And join me tomorrow for part 2. So, to be continued.